Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our C++ Zoom meeting. It's a beautiful sunny day in Durban. I wonder if there's anybody out here that would like to share their weather and their comments regarding INP 1501. I can see Rudzani out here. Rudzani, are you there?
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Rudzani. How are you?
I'm good.
Where are you calling us from, Rudzani?
From Germiston.
And how's the weather in Germiston, Rudzani?
It's nice and hot.
Good to hear, good to hear. So, Rudzani, tell me, have you completed assessment 2?
Yes, I have, but I need to check it again.
Oh,
There are some
okay.
parts that I'm not sure about. Yeah, just
All right,
need to go back and verify.
Right, let's check when this assignment is due, right? Let's check when this assignment is due, whether she has some time to submit or not, right? So let me go and check up on, I'm logging to my modules. Let's go and check when assignment 2 was due, assessment 2, or they call it assignment 2. So if I look at assessment 2, it was due on the 13th of May. So, Ridzani, I'm not sure if you have time to do that. You had an automatic extension of 5 days. So, yeah, there were 419 students, 220 students submitted. There are still people that have late submissions. So, guess what? If you want to do it, you can try and see if it's open and you may be able to submit. All right, Ridzani?
All right, I'll try.
Right, great. So let's look at assessment 3, Ridzani. It says assessment 3 is due on the 21st of June. So we've got basically a month to sort that out. All right. Let's start with assessment 3. What do you say, Ridzani? Is that a good idea?
Yes, we can start. Yes.
Great, great. Hey, there's Dora out there. Hello, Dora. I can see your camera. Great. How are you, Dora? Hello, Dora. Say hi. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, sir. Thanks.
And how was assessment 3 or 2? Have you completed it, submitted?
Yes, I did submit it.
Good. So you're one of 220 students that have submitted. Great. There's still quite a
Yes,
number
I'm
of
one of
students that haven't submitted it, right? I'm getting worried about that. All right. Have you started with assessment 3?
No, not yet.
All right. I'm going to help you with assessment 3, right? Michelle is out here.
Okay.
Michelle, hello, Michelle. Henrik, say hi to me. Come on.
Hello, Mr. Governor. How are you today?
Excellent. Now that you have joined me, Henrik, tell me, have you submitted assessment 2?
Yes, I have, Mr. Governor.
Oh, great. Great. You're one of 220 students that have submitted. I'm getting very worried that there are many students that haven't submitted assessment 2. Right? I have access to see who has submitted assessment 2. And if I'm looking at it says that only 220 have submitted. There are 419 participants in this group. Henrik, do you see my screen? It's
yes, I can.
Worrying.
Yes.
It's very worrying that only basically 50% of the class has submitted the assignment.
That's quite funny, though. I wonder why.
I wonder why. But I know all the people that are on this group would have submitted the assessment, right? It's only you're only allowed until 12 p.m. In fact, the time has expired. Henrik, do you see that?
Yes, I think it has actually. Yes, I see this. Yes,
3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago. So I don't know what's going to become of these students. They better come up with a sad story. Send an email to ma'am and say, please extend the date.
I suppose it'll have to be something like that.
Yeah. Now, class, let me tell you why it's important to submit your assignments on time. Because the next assignment would be due and your schedule goes off, right? And also, if you look at the tutorial letter, it clearly states that they can take these marks for, for the exam mark as such, right? A percentage towards it. In fact, in the past, that's what they've done. They've taken a mark from the assessments, and it's been my experience, if you work on your projects or your assessments and your assignments quite well, you can understand you'll be able to answer the exam questions. All right, so be that as it may, let's leave that alone. Let's go to our today's lesson. Let's start with assessment 3. Hendrik, have you started with assessment 3?
I haven't yet, Mr. Governor. I've been trying to push ahead with computer-aided
right.
design.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's have a look at assignment 3. What are the objectives? When I talk about objectives, I mean what is it that your lecturer wants to test you on in assignment 3? Right. Let me just hide this Zoom bar so that I can see it. Right. Let's look at assessment 3. So I've got assessment 3. I've downloaded assessment 3 so that I can see. Let's look at question 1, what they're talking about, right? So where's this bar? So in assessment, question 1, look at that. They talk about a one-dimensional array. Let's look at question 2, one-dimensional array. Question 3, which of the following statements stores the entry into the second element? Ooh, that's also an array. As soon as you see a variable with a square bracket and a number inside it and a closed square bracket, that means they're talking about an array, right? So I think, Hendrik, that assessment 3 is very specific. They're talking about arrays. What do you think, Hendrik?
It does seem that they are quite specific, yes, indeed.
Yeah. Right, for the first 3 questions. Let's look at the next couple of questions. Let's see what the next couple of questions talks about. Oops, why did they stop sharing? Right. Let's look at question number 4. Hendrik, let's look at question number 4. Can you see? I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see it, Hendrik?
Yeah, I can see it fine, thanks.
Right. Again, they're talking about an array. They're declaring an array element. Let's look at question 5. 5 arrays. I don't think I can probably guess that the rest of the questions are also talking about arrays. Okay. So yeah, Hendrik, they are all talking about arrays. And they're talking about loops as well. Now let me tell you a little secret about arrays. Arrays work best with loops. Okay, so if you have a loop in there, you know that the array goes hand in hand with it, right? Because when you access the array, when I talk about the definition of an array, you'll see how specific this loop is and why we need to use the for loop and not the while loop. All right. So we're going to come to that one, right? So yeah, they're testing you on arrays and loops there. There we go. There's question 23. Okay, there's not much of an array there. They're just testing you on a loop question. They're talking about, they're talking about structs. Structs is one of the last lessons in this assessment. By the way, this week, one of the students told me, they said, sir, isn't this a annual subject? Hendrik, is this an annual subject? Meaning the exam is at the end of it all.
I think it is, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, Hendrik, it is. So there's no exam like in June or June, July kind of thingy. And the question was, why is assessment 3 due in June and then there's no assessments thereafter? Well, we'll have to ask ma'am that question, but I suspect that she wants us to complete the assessments and from July, August, start working on exam papers and exam preparation. And also, if we get our work done in terms of the assessments, then, we kind of can tackle other modules as well. I'm going to ask ma'am if she can extend the date for assessment 3, considering only 220 out of 419 students have submitted for assessment 2, because if you don't submit the assessment, there's no way, in my view, that you can pass the exam, right? So question 26 talks about values, parameters, variables, structs. Pointers. Pointers don't come out in this paper, right? Never has. Let's look at question 27. They're not talking about arrays, but they're testing you on declares a string variable, strings. Question 28 is about parameters, called maximum of how many parameters. I think we can confidently. They talk about strings, 33, 34, name, size, substring. So this assignment not only tests you on arrays, but they also question you on strings. If I look at question 39, Henrik, they've got p.score plus plus. Henrik, check it
I
out.
see. Yes, I
Yeah,
see.
pl.score, pl.bonus. That is a struct, right? It's a structure.
Okay.
All right, so they're taking you all the way to the end of the study guide, Henrik. You've got a month to work out all the exercises.
Oh, that should
The
be
same
enough.
thing with the question 40, structs. Structs, if I look at the study guide, let's look at where structs are. Control F, structs. Structs is in lesson 28, Henrik. That's the last section that's important in the exam. In your study guide, right? So you have a lot to cover for this assessment, right? A lot to cover. We got lesson 20, array of structs. They generally don't come on, right? So question 40 is on structs. Question 41 is on structs again. That's lesson 28. So basically, you have to complete the entire study guide by the time you want to submit assessment 3. What do you think, Henrik, of my assessment of the assessments? How's that for a play on words? Henrik? Oops, I lost Henrik. All right. Cyril, you in the house. Cyril, what do you think about my assessment for assessment 3? Or what?
Assessment 3.
Yeah, assessment 3. Cyril, you have to
Yes,
basically
yes,
cover all the lessons. All the lessons.
Yes. Yeah, it seems like that. It seems
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, all the lessons. Okay, so let's start with arrays, right? Let's start with arrays. Let's create a new project. Console application, C++. And in honor of Cyril, Cyril, you're not related to any other Cyrils that's famous in South Africa by any chance, Cyril?
I think I'm the only one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you famous. Okay, so we're going to talk about arrays, right? So now we know time is of the essence. We want to be able to get to grips with what an array is all about. Let's go and see whether we can have a look at. There's my manager. There's Cyril, the array, right? So let's stop this video. Okay, so now that we've established, Cyril, that we need to understand what an array does, let's see if we can take a program from the textbook or our study guide and figure out what this array is all about, right? So let's go Control Home, Control F, array. Right, one-dimensional array. In this lesson, we look at our first data structure, namely an array. So, Cyril, if you can tell me, what do you understand by the concept of a data structure? Cyril, data structure. What do you understand by a data structure? Justin, can you just hold on with the mopping you with the sweeping, please? Yeah. And you watch. Sorry, Cyril, go ahead, Cyril. Tell me what's a data structure? What do you understand by a data structure? Or anybody for that matter, a data structure. Let's take the word data and structure. Hello, do I still have my students with me? And they tell me that an array is a data structure. So basically a data structure is where I'm storing my data, right? And there's a particular way in which it is written, especially in C++ programming, all right? So an array, to give you the definition, an array is a data structure. All the elements in the array are the same. So if I have an array of integers, every single element in that array would be an integer. If I have an array of double or float, every single one of them would be the same. The same thing with the string, an array of string. So in this example that they gave you, they said if you want to enter in 10 marks, you'll have to have enter mark, mark, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, mark 4, mark 5. But collectively, if we want to talk about all those elements, we will have them in an array, a data structure. And that's what they take you through to in the following example. Explain in a sentence what the following program does. So Cyril, you still with me, Cyril? Cyril.
Yes, yes, I'm in
Yeah,
now. I
right.
think it's a
Right.
network trouble.
Okay, so Cyril, I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to copy the program, what they did in there. And they said in a sentence what this program does, right? You can do the same thing. And the only way you learn programming is if you really do it. You can't read programming, right? You can't read it and say, oh, this is it. So Cyril, can you see my program? I typed it out. Hendrik, there I am, the fast typist again.
Yes, I see, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, aren't I a fast typist, Hendrik?
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Right. So let's go and have a look at. Let's go and have a look and see whether I've typed it in correctly and there's no mistakes or anything of that sort. And this is what you're going to do as well. You're going to copy and paste it, or if there's a problem, you basically type it out, right? Type it out and see. Let's go and see the logs. Let's compile this. Let's compile this. Hey, nothing to be done. All working. Let's run the program. Now, Cyril, I'm just going to change this. Instead of 25, I'm going to make this 5, okay? There's quite a number of this. There's a lot to enter in there, right? It's 25. And I can't waste your time, right? Can't waste your time. So I'm going to make that 5, right? So let's see what happens with this program. Let's compile it. Let's build and run. Here we go. So it says, enter a mark. Enter a mark. Let's move that around. Let's move that so that you can see the program as well. It says enter a mark. So the mark that we got is 60. Right? It says enter a mark. Again, another mark is 70. Right? We've got 70. It says enter another mark, which is 80. It says enter another mark, which is 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got 100 for this one now. Yay! The marks are 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So let's go and explore what this program has done. Right? So I'm gonna check what this program did. So what this program started off with, if I had to give you a story sum, and I'm narrating this program, I'm going to say once upon a time there was a program called Cyril Array. In line number 5, I declared an array. Immediately you see the square brackets. Check it out. Hendrik, check the square brackets out there. Cyril,
I see them there.
check the square brackets. That tells me immediately that's an array. So the array name is called exam marks. And there are 5 elements. Is it 5? It's starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But there's 5 elements. That's what it means. And in line number 6, it says, I am now using a loop to access each element in the array. So I'm starting from I is equal to 0. I is going to be running I all the way up to 5. I plus plus means I is incremented by 1. In line number 8, it says enter a mark. Line number 9, C in marks. This is read in a subscript I, meaning the loop runs I is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I had to have a trace table or a variable diagram, it'll look like this, right? So let's draw a quick variable diagram. I like to use Excel. Let's just use a new spreadsheet, a blank spreadsheet, right? Let's make it. And collectively, this is how I will access my array. Right? Collectively, this is how I'm going to access my array. So if you get the grips of what this means, so if I have to type in exam, E-X-A-M, exam marks, subscript 0, oopsie. Oopsie, there we go, right? So this is what it looks like, right? So when I enter in a value, I'm gonna cheat a little and copy all it down. Right, so this just changes to a position 1. This just changes to a position 2. This is just a position 3. And the next one is a position 4. So if you keep this concept in mind, and the next one should be 5. But let's look at how the loop runs from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It stops at 4. It doesn't enter 5 because it says less than 5. Can you see that? Less than 5. Sarul, you with me, Sarul? Can you see that? Check it out. It says I is less than 5. Now, what were my entries that I had? My entries were 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Right? So let's look at it. I put down 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Hendrik, you with me, Hendrik?
Yeah, I'm with you there, Mr. Governor.
Right. So here's my question to you. What is the second data entry in this array?
70, I think.
Correct. And what's the last entry in this array?
100.
Now, here's my question. What's the subscript of the last entry in the array? By me, when I
that
say
would be 4.
subscript, yes, correct. What's the first subscript?
That would be 0.
Correct. Now let's look at the assignment, right? Let's look at the assessment. In the assessment 3, they say which of the following declares, okay, this is another way of declaring an array. And they say that, let's look at this. There we go. The fourth element in a one-dimensional array is assigned an index of what? Right, question number 2. If I look at this, the fourth element of a one-dimensional, what is it assigned the value? Hendrik?
It would be 3, I think.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not answering. I don't know. I help you out with assignment questions. Isn't that so, Hendrik?
Quite so, yes.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to leave that up to you, right? But you can see from what I've done and what you can answer and how you can answer that one, right? Let's look at question number 2. It says, which of the following statements declares a one-dimensional array containing two integer values? So if I look at the way I've written this out, it says int exam marks. That means from my definition of an array, Hendrik, every single element would be an integer. Let's say, for instance, I change this around. For some odd reason, I don't know why, I go and put in, let's go and take that out. All right, let's run this program again. This time I go and put in A, B, C, D. Oops. Check what happened.
I see, it doesn't like that at all.
It doesn't like that at all because you were very specific in your declaration. That means it must be an integer. So let's look at the assignment question now. If I look at the assignment question, it says, which of the following statement declares a one-dimensional array containing two integer values? So if I look at the question, it says A, B, C, D. Which one has the word int in front of the array name?
A, C, and D do. I would imagine that it is C.
Oh, listen, John. So now it says A, C, and D. Hendrik, if I give the answer or you work it out, then I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 20 minutes or so, Hendrik, but we'll go slowly. All right. So Hendrik is absolutely correct. By a process of elimination, we took out B. Then it says two elements, right? Because the question is specific. It says two integer values. Which one has two integer values? If you count the array, that got 1, 2, 3. This got 1, 2, or this got 1. Okay, by process of elimination, Hendrik worked it out. So Hendrik, you told me you didn't start this assessment. Now you've already been able to answer something or the other, Hendrik.
Yeah, I see, yes.
Yeah, well, it's worth it coming to spend Saturday 12 o'clock with me, wasn't it, Hendrik?
Oh, yes, indeed. I always enjoy it.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Cyril, what do you think? Cyril, you got some direction into what you can get, I want maximum benefit for the assessment too. Cyril? Cyril, tell me you are out canvassing, voting, Cyril. Oh, Cyril, we lost you. Okay. Anybody else want to join the conversation? Malekana. Moses! Hey, Moses, how are you?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
Hey, I'm fine. Moses, tell me, have you learned something the last 20 minutes?
In the last few minutes, yes, I've learned just a question that you are just previously answered, you and Henrik. There's something that I just learned with that question.
Yeah, right. So let's look at question 3 now, from what little we know about an array. Which of the
Yes.
following statements will store the user's entry into the second element of the numbers array? So we want the second element, right? So if I looked at my little Excel spreadsheet that I used, so Henrik told me that exam mark 0 is the first entry, right? So I'm going to say first,
Entry.
second,
Third.
third, fourth, fifth. Right. Moses, you with me, Moses?
I'm with you, sir.
Right. I want the second entry according to what I have written on my spreadsheet. Are you able to see my spreadsheet? I'm sharing my screen. I'm split my screen in half.
Yes, sir.
Right. Talk to me, Moses. Don't give me the assignment answer now because you don't want people to copy the answers anymore, right?
What's the
I
question, sir?
want which of the following statements will store the user's entry into the second element of the array? Give me a process of elimination. The user is going to enter something. They're going to use a particular thing, and I want them to put it into the second position.
On the second position, the elimination rule, we're gonna eliminate the C and D.
Okay, it's either C and D, right? It's either C and D because they say it stores the user's entry, right? So the user has to do an entry. If they put the word input over there, that would have been a dead giveaway. What you say, Moses?
I'm saying what we should
Nope.
eliminate. Okay, sir.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Moses. Carry on.
Why we are supposed to eliminate C and D since we are not talking about C. Remember, with C, we are talking about something else. We are not talking about entry numbers right now.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're gonna eliminate C and D while we are answering the question 3. So we're gonna be left with A and B. Our answer is gonna rely on A and B.
Are you going to rely on A and B? Which of the following statements will store the user's entry? The user entry. We want to store the user entry. You are the user.
Yes.
Henrik, you want to help him along, Henrik?
Well, since you have to put in an entry, there'll have to be a C in statement, so it will be
Okay.
either C or D.
Right. Listen to that, Moses. Did you hear what Henrik had said?
Yes, I've heard him. My mistake.
Right. Now, Moses, listen to this now, right? I want the second element of the array. Look at what I've written on the side over here on where I got exam marks. Which one is the second element, Henrik? Henrik, come on, I'm playing with my keyboard. Okay, not Henrik, Moses.
Yes, sir.
Moses, the second element. Moses.
Second exam mark 1.
Exam mark 1. Henrik, you saw that, Henrik? Exam mark 1 stores the second element. So I'm going to leave that with you, and maybe you can look at question 3 again like that, right? Okay, Henrik and Moses?
Yes, sir.
Right. There we go. Let's look at question 4. It says, what happens when an array declaration statement does not provide an initial value for each of the elements in a numeric array? Right. Now, can you see in this instance of the program, we did not assign a value to the a 0 to the elements of the array. All right. Now, let's say, for instance, I am going to cheat a little, and I'm going to change this program to explain something to you. Right? So what I did is I put that into a comment statement, right? Check it out. Moses? Hello, Moses.
Yes, sir.
Right, you saw what I did. I made that into a comment statement, line 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are comment statements, right?
Yes.
And I've run the program, Moses. Hendrik, check what happened to my program.
Yes, I see. It didn't work. Yes.
Yeah, what did it give me? Where did these numbers come from?
Mm, I suppose something hasn't been initialized to 0 and it's got nonsense stored in it.
Yeah. Now you see how important it is to initialize something to 0, right? If I don't initialize it to 0, it just picks up random numbers from its memory, whatever was there. Maybe if I run it for the second time, if I compile it and I run it, it'll change its numbers around. No, it's not changing. It's still carrying the same number. Let's run it for the third time. The numbers look similar. All right. So this points out to me that it's a good idea to initialize my array. Now, I'm going to show you how to initialize an array. This is how I initialize an array. Control C and Control V. So let's go initializing an array. When I say initializing an array, like Hendrik quite correctly pointed out, it means setting it to 0 or putting all the values to be 0. So what will happen now? This loop will run from 0. It'll say exam mark 0, exam marks 1, exam mark 2, exam mark 3, exam mark 4 will be equal to 0. So if I look at my little spreadsheet out here, it's going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, let's compile and run the program. Compile and run the program like Hendrik mentioned. Yay, Hendrik, see that? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yes, I see. Very good.
Right, thank you. I think I need a cut there. Don't you have reactions over here? Where's the reaction button? Oh, there's. I have to give myself a clap. Nobody's giving me a clap. All right. That was a joke. Oh, you are too serious. This is why I miss my face-to-face lectures. I can see my students and they give me facial expressions and all that goes with it. All right. So, Hendrik, thank you for that. You need to initialize a variable. Can you see something else, Hendrik, about this initializing a variable? I had to put it in square brackets. I had to access each subscript. You check
I
it
see.
out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we access an array. So by definition, I said an array is a data structure. All the elements are the same. And I'm adding to that. In order to access an array, we need to use its subscript. If I'm using its subscript, I need to use a for loop. Because a for loop, let's revise, has a definite starting point, there's a definite ending point, and it increments by, in this case, 1. All right? Cool.
All right.
Cool. Moses, you okay with that, Moses?
Yes, I'm okay with that. Say,
Anybody else wants to? Yeah, right. Putti, you can jump in. Lupa, Sasa, jump in. Right? Dora, please talk.
We're good,
This is-
sir. We're good.
You're good. Okay.
Yes.
Right? So this is where you initialize an array. If you don't initialize an array, elements of the array, you're going to get garbage. So let's look at what the question says. What happens when an array declaration statement does not provide an initial value for each of the elements in a numeric array? Option number 1. Moses, read the option for me, please, man. I need some water.
The compiler automatically initializes the elements so the array elements contain 0.
Next one, read.
The compiler does not automatically initialize the elements so the array elements may contain garbage.
Next one.
The compiler initializes the element with 1.
Next one.
The compiler automatically initializes the element with 0.
Right. Moses, I'm not going to give you the answer. Hendrik, I'm not going to give you the answer, but I think y'all can figure it out.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. B, the force, may the B, the B, Ding B. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, again, I made a joke. Okay, A, B, C, D, right? We know the compiler will not, let's do it one more time. If I do not initialize, like what I'm doing now, if I do not initialize and I run the program, why is it doing that? If I do not initialize my values of the array and I run the program, oops, I should have taken that out. Let's go and take that one out too. If I do not initialize my array, and I run my array, it's gonna give me garbage. Isn't this garbage, Hendrik?
Yes, I do indeed.
Yeah,
Absolute
it's
nonsense.
garbage. Yeah, absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I don't know which alternative that is. Question number 4, A, B, C, D, E. I'm not sure. I don't know, Hendrik. I don't know, Hendrik. I'm giving you a Hendrik. I'm not sure, Hendrik. Is it A, C, or maybe B? You know, maybe it's E.
It's probably-
E. Probably E. Option E.
I think it's a Z.
Z. Thank you. Was that Dora? Rizani? Okay,
It's Putty.
let's look at the next one. Oh, is it sorry, who spoke?
Putty.
Putty. Right. I don't know which one you Putty. There's no Z over there. It's either A, B, C, D.
Ah, there's a Z somewhere there.
Okay. Right. Let's Putty. Read the question for me, Putty. Number 5.
Okay, sir.
Right. Read it.
Given the
question.
array, okay, given the array declaration below, what is stored numbers?
Numbers.
Two.
Yeah, numbers. You must
Two.
read it as numbers subscript 2.
Subject.
So,
Sorry.
right, so what I would suggest you do is declare it like this, right? Go and declare it. Let's go and it says exams is equal to, right? So I'm not using, I'm using the way they wrote it out. And let's compile it. And now let's run the program. Check it out. Putty, check it out. Putty.
Oh. Yes.
What happens here? What happens here? This is a
Gives you
shortcut method.
zeros.
Yeah. So guess what? I don't have to have all of this over here, all of that there. Right? I could have hit it one time. That means all the elements are equal to 0.
Zero.
Right? So,
Yes.
Putty, if
Yes, sir.
you are asking the question, what is stored in numbers subscript 2?
So I don't know what is happening with my screen.
Oops. Okay.
I can't see now. It's going blank.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to log in with my phone.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, never mind. Let's you can also guess the answer, right, Putty?
But I can hear you, but I can't see you anymore.
That's okay. I'm going to talk you through
It
it, right?
means I won't also be able to mute my mic.
Ooh, okay. I can mute you.
That's
I
a
can
bit
mute
of
you.
okay.
Putty, but before I mute you, let's guess what
Yes.
the answer is, right?
Okay.
What do you think numbers subscript 2 would be, or exam mark subscript 2 would be?
Does that necessarily mean you're gonna put the twos in the on the eraser?
No, you told me, you read the question, and the question said
Yes.
numbers subscript 5
sir.
is equal to 0. When I put that into
Yes.
my program, everything became 0.
Came 0.
Yeah, so what do you suspect that numbers subscript 2 would be?
I think it would be a 2.
A 2? Where did you get 2 from?
I don't know, sir.
Okay.
I
You
need
can't
to
see
see the question. Let me check it on WhatsApp. Let me quickly check
Okay.
it on WhatsApp.
Okay, I don't have the question on WhatsApp, right? I don't have the question on WhatsApp. right? But
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna-
didn't
I'm-
post the question.
No,
on
I didn't
WhatsApp.
post the question on WhatsApp. Right, this is what I'm going to do for Henrik and for Moses, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is how you will, in my case, I want to see what is array exam marks subscript 2. If I run this program, there we go. What did it output for me?
Zero.
Moses?
Output is 0.
Output is
Oh,
0.
it's a 0.
Yeah.
Mm.
Putty,
Oh,
see,
okay.
if you assign everything to 0, then
0,
what do you
it
think?
bec-
Yeah.
you get a
Right?
0.
Over here, they're
Yeah.
testing you on your ability to understand
Oh,
the way
okay.
elements are
Now they
stored in
got
the
me.
array. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Mute you now, Putty.
Okay.
Right. Okay, everybody. Right. Now, here's my question to you. Moses, okay, Hendrik, I'm gonna ask you a question. Hendrik, what do you think this is going to be, Hendrik? Hendrik, you with me? Okay, Moses.
Seems like we've lost Hendrik.
Okay,
due to-
Moses,
Yes, sir.
what do you think the answer is going to be?
Can you please reframe the question, sir?
There's it on the screen, Can you see can you see line 7?
Line 7, yes.
What do you think the answer is going to be?
It's gonna be 7, sir.
Why?
Because of else. No, the answer is gonna be 0, sir.
0. Oh, okay, right. Anybody else want to take a bet with me? Which other students I got on the call here? Dora, you take a bet. Brendan, take a bet. Rodzani, take a bet. Okay, let's run the program. Moses, you say 7. You say 0.
Yes.
I say I don't know what that answer is. Let's run the program. What is this? 7208836. That's garbage. Hendrik,
Yes, Mr. Governor, I
that's
see it there.
garbage. That's garbage, isn't that so?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because guess what? Our exam marks only runs from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So where on earth is going to get a data element 7 from? Okay. So Moses, this 7 does not mean number 7. It means position 7. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Yes,
if I look at my little spreadsheet next to me on the right hand side, can you see I've never assigned anything for exam mark 7? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
It does not know what to do. So that is why it outputs 7 garbage, right? This has got garbage in it, right?
You didn't initialize it, actually.
Correct.
saying
I
this.
did not initialize it. And not only that, I did not specify how much of memory space I need to have. Can you see that? Over here, it tells me it keeps 5 spaces in memory. Now, that's why it's printed out 72067. So what they are testing you in this question is, do you understand the concept of positioning data elements in the array? That's what's happening in question 5. Okay? All right. Question number 6. Given the array declaration below, which assignment statement will place number 5 into the 5th array element? So now we're talking about assigning elements into the array, Moses. So let's look at mine, right? So now this is what I'm going to do. Marks subscript 1. This is going to be my mark. I got 100%. Yay. Moses, you with me? Oh, I lost Moses. Hendrik?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Right. So that's my mark, right? I got marked.
Right.
This is what I said. So I'm going to see out this, right? Right. So I'm going to say This is Henrik's mark. I hope it'll take that.
So I think there might be problem with the mic. 2 minutes we hear you, 2 minutes I'm not hearing you, and there's someone on chat that has specified as well that they hear you and they don't hear you as well.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
goodness. Henrik, are you also having that problem?
No, Mr. Governor, the internet's a bit poor here, so every so often I have to leave and come back. But other than that, I can hear you perfectly
You
well.
can hear me. Okay, okay. Moses, I think it could be my internet connection, right? Or the person's internet connection. I've got fiber. I'm not sure why that happens. All right, but anyway, let's run this program, right? Let's run the program. So what's the matter here? Int main function exam mark. MARKS. Oh, ENDL, inline. Right. Build and run. Yay, Henrik, that's your mark.
Yeah, I see there.
Yeah, right. Moses, what do you think of Henrik's mark, right? Moses.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm gonna assign. This is how we assign values, right? You just got one less than Henrik. Right? Because you couldn't hear me for that time. Let's run this program. Let's run the program now. Let's run the program. Build and run. Moses, that's your mark.
You see that.
Yeah, you can see that you got one less than that because you lost connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay. Cool. But can you see how we assign values to the positioning of elements in the array?
Yes.
Remember, before this, we used to say marks is equal to 99 or mark is equal to 99. Now, when we're working with arrays, we got to say exam mark subscript equals 99, right? So if I wanted, I could have also kept Henrik's marks in another subscript. I could put it subscript 2 is equal to 100, right? So I'm going to say C out. This is Henrik's mark, all right? And Henrik, you are in position, what position are you?
Position 2.
Correct, position 2. Hopefully you'll now get the grips of what I mean by assigning values to the array. All right, so let's run the program now. What's the matter there? This is Moses. Oh, I forgot a terminator, semicolon at the end of dot. Right, let's build and run. Yay, check it out. This is Moses' mark 99. This is Henrik's mark 100. Do you see how we access elements of an array? Moses and Henrik.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, that's what it is. That's what that question talks about. So if you look at that question, that's what they're talking about. Position 5, position 6, and so forth. All right. Let's look at question 7. Given the array declaration below and the user prompt, which statement will place number 1 into the first array element using the extraction operator? Okay, you got to play around a little bit more with 6 for you to get to number 7, right? Let's look at question 7. Contains 2. Oh, you can answer this question now from what I've explained to you the last 40 minutes or so. Which of the following statements declares a one-dimensional array containing 2 integer values? One-dimensional array, 2 integer values, A, B, C, D. This looks familiar. By a process of elimination, which one can we eliminate immediately? Which one can we eliminate? Can't we eliminate B? Moses. Henrik. Oh, I lost you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Henrik, can you see that I can
Okay.
eliminate B? Option B. Because the
Yeah, I see
question
there,
says integer values, and they said
Right,
two
right, yeah.
integer values, right? So two integer values. Number one, it's got 1, 2, 3 integer values. Number D, which got 6 values. Oh, but it's all assigned the value 0. So I'm going to leave that alone, right? You can look at that. The next one, the fourth element, oh, there's a spelling error. The fourth element in a one-dimensional array is assigned an index of. Let's look at what I'm talking about here. The fourth element, there's it here. Hendrik, the fourth element
Yes, I see it.
is assigned the index of
3.
Yeah, don't give me any answers. We're not giving you answers here. Maybe it's option Z. Joe. All right. Oh, where am I? Hey, all right. I'm going to number 4. I'm jumping there. Number 6, number 7. Let's look at number 8 now. Number 8 says elements located in the first row in a two-dimensional array assign a row. Ooh, now they jump into two-dimensional arrays. Listen, let's hang 10 with two-dimensional. Let's get one-dimensional arrays working well, right? And number 9, how many elements two-dimensional? Okay, we can do that next week. Two-dimensional. Right now, let's only worry about one-dimensional arrays, right? Look at number 10, two-dimensional arrays. In a one-dimensional array, we only had one index. In a two-dimensional array, we're going to have 2. Right? Can you see that? Row and column. I'm going to talk to you about that next week. How many loops are necessary to access the contents of a two-dimensional array? Okay. Hendrik, here's my question to you. This is a one-dimensional array, right? We used, oops, I lost the question. The question said, let's look at the study guide. There's my study guide, yeah? How many loops do I have here in this program, Hendrik?
1 for loop.
1 for loop. So let's go for two-dimensional arrays. Let's look at two-dimensional array. 2 DIMEN, MEN, yes, two-dimensional ARRAY, right? Let's see if I can find that word. There we go. Hendrik, this is on page lesson 26. Hendrik.
Okay.
How many loops do I have in this program, Hendrik?
Hello?
How many loops do I have in this program? Hendrik? Yeah, can you see my screen? Oops, I seem to be we having network issues. Moses, you with me? Oops, I'm losing you. All right, so I'm gonna just tell you there's one loop out there, and there's another loop there. There's a for int I equals 0, for int j equals 0. So there's 2 loops. So two-dimensional array has 2 loops. One-dimensional array, 1 loop. Three-dimensional arrays, 3 loops. Hello? Lorraine, Rudzani, somebody talk to me. Lupa, oh, I got a thumbs up. Thank you, Lupa, right? Jaden, hello, Jaden. Talk to me, Jaden.
Hi, doctor. How you doing?
Well, thank you, Jaden. You got the grip.
I'm
You got
good.
what I'm talking about, and I'm telling you about loops. A one-dimensional array has 1 loop. A two-dimensional array has
2 loops.
2 loops. Cool. Maybe that'll help you with the assessment 3, right? So we're going to leave that alone. Question number 12 is also about two-dimensional array. That's for next week. Two-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, two-dimensional array. Right? Now let's go back to let's finish up. I got 5 more minutes. Let's go and finish up with what else I can talk about in array, right? Right, array. Let's go control home, control F, array, which is on page 278. Right, so there's my question over here, exam marks, right? So I'm gonna copy that again. Hendrik, you back with me, Hendrik?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
No problem. I got worried I lost you for a while. Right. So Hendrik, I'm just gonna Jaden, just tell Henrik what we spoke about, Jaden. Jaden.
Okay, we were just going over the for loops. He was just reiterating for loops and how for loops work.
Yeah. So what did we say about a one-dimensional array? How many for loops?
So if it's we only have one for loop if it's one dimension.
There we go. Like see, this is a one-dimensional array. We only have one, right? And if it's a
Okay.
two-dimensional array, what did I show you?
We'll have two loops.
Two loops. And if it's a three-dimensional array,
We'll have three loops. It just carries on consecutively.
carries on and on. Okay. So here I'm going to have 5 marks. Let me just compile this thing quickly and run this program. So build and run, enter a mark. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little more user-friendly kind of, right? Because right now it's not telling me which mark I'm entering in. I like to see that it enters in enter mark 1, enter mark 2, enter mark 3. So I'm going to say enter mark, and I'm going to put down over there I plus 1, right? So it's gonna start with 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, right? So let's put that down. Whoopsie. ENDL, right? So let's now build it and run this program. Hey, Jaden, what do you think about this, Jaden? Doesn't this look cool?
It does, but shouldn't the 1 go before the colon?
Let me
So
see.
you would put the extraction before mark, and then you would have another one where you have inverted commas for the colon.
Okay,
So
okay,
where
I
you
can do
have
that too. All right, okay, I get you. Are you talking it like this? Enter, and you want to have well, I don't get you. Jaden, what do you mean, Jaden? Enter mark 1, enter mark 2.
So put a colon here,
Yeah,
close inverted commas,
yeah.
and then you can take the colon out from enter mark.
Oh, okay. You want to take a colon from there, right?
That's what I did for the assignments, and then
Oh,
you
that's
can
cool.
run it.
Oh, okay, that's cool. All right. Let's do it like that. Jaden wants to have it like this. Ha! Okay, enter mark 1. Oh, there we go. Right. So the first mark I got, let's work with all marks out of 10, all right? So I got 7 out of 10. The second mark I got 5 out of 10. The third mark I got 8 out of 10. The next mark I got, oh, I didn't study for that one, 0. And the last one I've got 1. All right. So 7, 5, 12, 20, 21. Okay, I also didn't study for that one, right? I got 0. All right. So those are the marks 7, 5, 8, 0, 0. Now, what I'm going to show you is I want to add those marks and I want to get the average of those marks. If I want to do that, I'm going to do a running sum inside here. Sum is equal to exam marks subscript I plus sum, right? Or I can call it total. And outside of the loop, I'm going to declare sum and I'm going to assign the value to be 0. Right? Jaden, check it out, Jaden.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm adding all the marks that I'm entering in, right? Out of 10. And because I've done that, I want to display the marks, right? See out the sum of the marks is, right? I'm just doing this for fun because I want to get the average marks there, right? Right? And I'll come back to where I'm talking about input processing and output just now. Let's compile this program, build and run. I've got 3 minutes to go. Oops, I forgot to add the word int in front of that. Jaden, you with me, Jaden?
Yeah.
Righto. There we go. Let's run the program. So my marks are out of 10, 7 out of 10, 3 out of 10. That's 10, 5, 15, 16, 17, and 3. Yay! The sum of the marks is 20. What do you think about that, right? 7, 3, 5, 2, 1. You get it? Jaden?
Yeah. All good.
Right, all good. Right. So Henrik and Moses, what happens is here is I'm totaling every single element and I got to run it inside of it. And then if I want the average of the marks, I can only get the average of the marks once average is equal to sum divided by, how many marks are there, Jaden?
Well, how many marks? We had like 7 marks, I believe.
No, man. 5.
5 marks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's use div, right? Div. Right? See out the average mark is AVERAGE, right? So what I've done now is I've made our program a little more complicated in that I've added all the marks and I've got the average of it, right? Let me quickly run this program. Oh, I forgot to declare average. So because I'm using div, I can also say int average equals 0. Build and run. Oops. Average is equal to sum. What's the problem here? What's the problem there? Jaden, what's the problem? Expected before div. Okay, sum div. Let's put that. Let's see if that'll work. Build and run. Yeah, okay, that seems like it now. So the first mark is 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. 4 plus 5 is 9. 1 out of 10, that's 10. And next one is 5 and 5. The sum of the marks is 70. The average mark is, ooh, that's garbage. That's garbage. Average is equal to 0. Average is sum divided by 5. What seems to be the problem here? You don't mind if I quickly change this to float? I do that to float. Sometimes these things don't like that thingy. Is this the division sign? Anybody? Talk to me. Let's run it quickly if it took that.
it should work now.
No. The average mark is it's giving me some. It doesn't like.
Oh, no.
What doesn't it like? 0.0. Float. Build and run. Nope. Something is not right here. Something it doesn't like this. Div divides operator. Let me go to my friend Google quickly. Google. How do we use division? DIVIS. How do we divide? Divide two numbers in C++. We use the backslash. There we go. The denoter is denoted by the backslash. We can divide two integers. What is the function? How to divide by two code? A divided by B. A divided by B, that's in C programming. I want it in C++. Jaden?
Oh, wait, I'm just checking my assignment to see what I did here. Because it's a similar.
Yeah, what did we do? There's a backslash.
Okay, there's my main one. Okay, ended up saying here float average equals average score. No, that doesn't. Let me just bring this here.
What's the value of sum? Sum is correct there. There we go. Average is equal to float. slash number of marks. This is what I was leading up to on page 281. Let me see. Let me change the sum to be float as well. FLOAT float 0.0 build and run 1, 2, 3, 5. Jaden, come on, talk to me, Jaden. I'm taking the same thing from your study guide.
Not the study guide, the assignments.
Oh, the
Because it's a
assignment.
similar.
It's
Yeah, it was a
similar.
similar process for question 5. It's okay. That was to
Henrik,
display lowest.
Moses.
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Yep.
I'm busy having a look. So far, I haven't actually checked anything yet, though.
I'm making all of them double, right? When you're not sure, you go for double, right? So I'm starting double, I'm adding double. What's wrong with my compiler? And I'm enter a mark. Int I sum is equal to exam mark average equals sum divided by 5. And let's see if it takes like this 1.0, 2.0, 5.5, 6.4, 0.0. Nope. There's something wrong with my average. I don't need that line.
Calcufloat.
Jaden. I'm taking the same example from the study guide, similar one. Okay, can we, it's already 1:05. I'm gonna post this in there to find out what's the matter with this. Why is it giving me garbage?
What if we said return floats sum divided by count? Where count is
There are only 5. Return. We're not using functions over here.
return.
Ah, there we go. The sum of the marks is 15. The average mark is 3. Is that true? Add that up for me. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. That's correct. Hey, I don't know what we did, but we got it right. Ha! This is weird. This is very weird. Hendrik, did you see that?
I see this, Mr. Governor. What was the last thing you changed?
I didn't change anything. I just went for all double, all integers, all float.
Very odd, then.
Very odd.
Maybe
very
code
odd.
blocks was moving the spazits back.
Yeah, it works. Anyway, it works, right? We're happy with that. We're happy with that, right? Let's go back to what it was. So exam marks is all integer. Let's put that as int again. Int, that means everyone is, let's leave double as that, right? Let's build and run it one more time. Build and run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it works. The sum of the marks is 15. The average mark is 3. Marks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, 15 divided by 5 is 3. Correct.
I'm so
Okay.
confused. Where did we go? Where did we go wrong? And why is it only
I-
working now?
This is the compiler, it's temperamental, you know. I won't say who it
Oh.
reminds, you know, temperamental. I'll just Jaden, you're not married, Jaden. Temperamental. Henrik, you know what I mean?
Yeah, great. I got you.
You got me. Thank you. Henrik. Moses, you got me. Let's not ask Zani or anybody, right? Okay, but it's working now, right? So I'll post this in the WhatsApp group. This is what we did for today. All right. Control A, Control C. Where's my WhatsApp? IMP guys. Oops, sorry, I didn't see the message there. Oops, yes. Archive that. Archive that. Archive that. Right. Okay. Okay, I'll post it afterwards, right? Let me just post it on Word. Blank document, Control V, right. I'm gonna post this. Okay. Can we call it a day, everybody? Let's quickly revise what we spoke about. We spoke about arrays, declaring an array, accessing an array, and we ended off with doing some computation with elements of the array. Cool. I got one question over here. Henrik, you forgot to check the chat. Thanks for bringing me up to speed, Jaden. Oh, great. Thank you, Jaden. Jaden, you must join us. Right. Okay, let's stop the recording. Anybody wants to put the camera on? We'll take a class photo quickly. Come on. Class photograph. Anybody? Let's stop the share. Come on. Let's do our class photo. Yeah. Hey, there's Jaden. I can see Jaden. Cool, Jaden. And there's Moses. Hello, Moses. Let's look at the camera. Right. Let's look at the camera. Let's take a photograph. Our class photo. Hey, Lorraine's in the car. Seatbelt on. Very good. You are. And let's get ready for the Lorraine, a little bit lower. Let me do a smile, man. Smiling. Oh, see, I'm waiting for my snip. Where's the snipper? SN. Right, snipping tool. And smiling. Did I get it? One more time. Sorry, one more time. Snipping tool. New. Yay. Great. Right, let's post that in our. I'll post that in the WhatsApp group. Moses, you are looking at down over there. Right. Lorraine, I don't know you're driving, so I'd pay attention to driving. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Bye. Bye, Jaden. Bye, Moses. Bye. And end.